Okay, now that we've got our boughs trimmed, we're ready to make our cedar bough frame. I'm going to take my cedar bough, and before I start, I'm just going to soften it up a little bit and get it ready to bend into a circle. These are nice and flexible, but they need a little work to get started. Okay. Am I in camera? All right. So now I'm going to start to shape this by basically almost tying it in a knot a little bit right here in the beginning. Like that. And then this end, just going to weave it in. Let me move these. Wrap it around. Get my little end. Now I've got a hole there to stick that in, so I'm going to take advantage of that. But sometimes I need a clothespin to help hold it, but this one worked pretty good. So that's the start. Okay, now I'll take another one. This one is kind of big. I'm going to save that. I'm going to take a little bit smaller one. Soften it up a little bit by pre-bending it. Okay, now I'm just going to find a good place to get that started. I find 2 or 3 branches is probably enough, unless you're making a wreath where it's going to you're just going to leave the cedar showing. Then, like, I can show you how. I'm just gonna, if you need to, kind of can hold that. You know, if you're gonna make a wreath where the cedar is showing, then I make it thicker. All right, so as I'm going, I just want to get that into a round shape. That's pretty good, but let's put one more on. Just to show you. Okay, so I'm kind of looking like I got an end right there. Now, when I go to put the moss on, I'll probably trim that. So I don't really worry about trimming it now, because I know when I moss this, I'll have another chance. Now, speaking of moss, I did go and collect some more moss the other day, and I waited about, it had been, we've been having some real good rain lately in Oregon, but I waited till it had been dry for about 4 or 5 days. I went out and collected my moss, and it was a little damp. It was a mix of dry and damp, and it kind of showed me that next year I think I'll have to collect all my moss in September for the year, and leave it at that, because it kind of showed that even 4 or 5 days of dry weather, the moss was still a little damp. Not too bad, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to use the damp moss first in case I end up storing any of the dry moss. All right, I'm just going to look for a place to tuck in this end. Tuck it in, and that one's done. Okay, good job.